They called it Bud Bagsak, the mountain of the last stand. In June of 1913, deep within the humid jungles of Sulu in the Philippines, a story of incredible defiance was written in blood and fire. I am IntellectAxis, and this is the story of the Tausug's final desperate stand against the overwhelming might of the American Empire. For more than a decade, the Moro peoples, the fiercely independent Muslim warriors of Mindanao and Sulu, had resisted American colonization. The new foreign power demanded they disarm, pay taxes, and submit to laws that clashed with their centuries-old traditions and faith. But in the heart of Sulu, one Tausug leader, a man of unwavering resolve, refused to surrender. His name was Datu Amil. When General John Pershing's soldiers advanced to seize their weapons, the very symbols of their identity and freedom, hundreds of Tausug men, women, and children made a solemn pilgrimage. They climbed the volcanic slopes of Bud Bagsak, their sacred mountain. Their message was clear: if death awaits us, let it be on our own mountain, on our own terms. General John "Blackjack" Pershing, the American commander, was a seasoned and ruthless tactician. He knew Bud Bagsak was no ordinary hill. It was a natural fortress, a volcanic crater transformed into a citadel of resistance. The mountain was defended by 5 strongholds, or kotas: Puhagan, Matungkup, Languasan, Bunga, and Bagsak itself. Each one was a formidable obstacle, fortified with deep trenches, sharpened bamboo spikes, and sturdy stone walls. Pershing understood that a direct assault would be costly. Instead, he planned a slow, suffocating siege. He ordered his troops to surround the mountain, severing all supply lines and escape routes. The goal was to starve the defenders into submission or weaken them for the final assault. Then his troops, a combined force of the U.S. 8th Infantry and elite Philippine scouts, began their methodical attack, targeting each kota one by one. They advanced under a constant hail of fire, climbing through dense fog and the acrid smoke of gunpowder. The Tausug warriors fought with a ferocity that stunned the Americans. They wielded their traditional blades, the kris, the barung, the spear, with deadly skill. In the face of modern rifles and cannons, they did not waver. They charged again and again, choosing a warrior's death over surrender. June 15, 1913. The sky above Bud Bagsak erupted in a storm of thunder and smoke. American mountain howitzers relentlessly pounded the crater, the final bastion where hundreds of Tausug, including their families, held their ground. Datu Amil, the leader who had inspired this last stand, fought until his very last breath. With his kris in hand, he led charge after desperate charge against the advancing lines. General Pershing himself, recognizing the critical nature of the final push, joined the front lines, personally directing the attacks amid the chaos of gunfire and close-quarters combat. The battle raged for hours, a brutal, intimate clash of blade against bullet, of ancient valor against industrial warfare. By noon, the final kota had fallen. The relentless thunder of the guns ceased. As the smoke slowly cleared, a haunting silence descended upon the mountain. When the grim task of counting the dead began, the scale of the tragedy became apparent. Over 200 Moros were officially counted among the slain, including many women and children who had refused to leave the sides of their husbands and fathers. Local accounts passed down through generations claim the true number was far higher, with entire families wiped out, martyrs in a final defiant act of resistance. The American forces, in stark contrast, lost only a handful of men. General Pershing, a man who had seen combat across the globe, would later describe it as the fiercest fighting I have ever seen. But for the Tausug people, the name Bud Bagsak was forever seared into their collective memory. It became a powerful symbol of unyielding courage, a sacred ground where freedom was deemed more precious than life itself. Today, Bud Bagsak still stands sentinel over Jolo Island. Its slopes are now quiet, covered in green. But the winds that sweep across its cratered summit seem to whisper the stories of that fateful day. Tales of defiance, of sacrifice, and of an unbreakable pride. The battle ended. The resistance was crushed, but the spirit of the Tausug people never was. This was Bud Bagsak, 1913, the last stand of the Tausug resistance. If you want to explore more of these untold stories of courage, struggle, and honor that have shaped the Philippines and the world, subscribe to IntellectAxis, where forgotten history lives again. Thank you for watching.